Welcome to HIT. This is Chris Ciccanelli, and we are talking everything high-intensity tactics for growth. And this is a show all about your business life, your personal life, and your personal development, and how to get what you want out of your business, your family, your friends, and the things that you're doing each and every day of your life. And I always tell people, don't look for balance, because balance is somewhere between the Easter Bunny and the Fountain of Youth. But I will tell you one thing, change is amazing. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. No change, no growth. And today I have Brian Parsley on here with me, which is the sales guru, the guy that travels around the world giving people advice on how to go out there and better their business, how to go out there and change their lives. Brian, what's up?
Not a lot, but you bring up a really good topic. When we talk about change, everybody says they want it. They want to look better, feel better, make more money, have a better relationship. But the question comes down to, and this is what we were just talking about offline, is why do people not change? They say they want it, but they don't.
I think the big thing with people, I run into all the time, talk about change and talk about, I want either physical change, I want development, I want to get better at my business, my career, my life, whatever. And the big thing is, no change, no change. I mean, like, if you're not going to do anything to really get what you want out of life, and we talk on the show a lot about, first of all, I think it comes down to clarity. Clarity, if you don't have exactly what you want, then you're not going to change for that. Like, for example, I was just talking to Suzanne before we got onto the show, and I said to her, she goes, hey, make sure there's some sort of takeaway that everybody's going to walk away with this that's just not physical about change. And I said, okay, wait, hold on. Let's dive into this for a second, right? I know that I needed to make a change in my life physically, because I'll talk about my business life here in a second. But I knew I needed to make a change physically. And so my biggest thing that I need to understand about myself is accountability. If I'm going to go out there and want to see physically, not every time I lean over, I got that little roll that comes over your jeans, or the pants when they fit you really tight and you feel like your ass is going to rip the back of them, or, you get the little love handles that are falling over. I know when I haven't worked out, and I did that for like 6 months, where I would just go through the motions. I would get on the treadmill, I'd walk, be like, okay, I'm done for 15 minutes. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And I finally got to a point where I'm like, Chris Ciccanelli, you talk about change, you talk about growth, you talk about going out there and committing to the process, Chris, detached from the outcome. Well, shit, I just want the outcome. And so therefore, I decided, because I figured this out a long time ago about me, if the alarm goes off at 5 o'clock and I don't have somebody waiting in that gym for me, I'm not going to get up. If it's somebody is there and I know I'm accountable to that person to get up, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to go and get my workout. And even when I want to go and stay in bed, Brian, like, I want to stay in bed, but I do it because I got accountability that's out there for me. And that to me is important. I will say this. Having that on the business side was important, or on my personal side was important to me. Now, the other thing that it just wasn't about going out there and from accountability side on that, but also, people go, well, Chris, you have all this money. You can go out there and you can hire trainers. You can have people to meet you. No, here's the thing. If you're sitting there going, hey, I want that same thing. People that diet together do better together. People that work out together do better together. Having accountability, finding people in your sphere that have like-minded things to you that want to see change. If you want to see that, find accountability, because I think that's the number one reason that people don't change, is they don't have accountability to the ideas or the clarity of what they want in life.
So accountability partners, the key.
Oh, I think accountability is huge. Yes, I do.
But it's not about the love handles. I mean, by the way, those are nice. But I think if you take away the word love handle, as you said, and replace that with getting out of debt, replace that with better relationship with my children, it really comes down to, and this is what you said having a plan. Well, making a plan is like a New Year's resolution. I think the bigger thing is envisioning what it is that you want, or future pacing, or understanding where you're coming to at the end. But that's very difficult sometimes. Like, we'll use golf as an example. I can't have Max, your son, envision or imagine hitting the ball 300 yards down fair when he can't even connect with the ball at the tee.
No.
It's difficult to imagine things that you don't believe are possible. And I don't know if that's why people give up so soon, because you mentioned, I just want the end result. Mm-hmm. And not once, but twice this week, I've had 2 different people come up and say, Brian, I need to look at a side hustle. I need to look at maybe getting a second job. And I was like, why? Well, I don't have enough money at the end of the month. I was like, is that the problem? Because if we really sit down and look at it, is if I get you an extra $1,000 this month, but then your cost of living goes up $1,200, you're going to be in the exact same position but more tired. And then one of the 2, we sat down, started looking at how they're spending their money, and we realized there's a big gap.
Yeah,
a big gap. And so I think that part of why people give up is they lie to themselves. They blame outside environmental issues. Now, the one of those 2 said, I take full responsibility. I made bad choices. But I also know now, because it's impacting my family, I want to change those choices. So pain, I think, is this huge motivator, and fear that if we leverage with an accountability partner, we can realize what we want.
You know, I believe fear creates, an environment for change. But I also believe that most people need to quit using just the fear side of it to drive the change in life. Why wait to that time frame where the fearful if I'm going to have enough money to pay my rent payment, fearful enough if I'm going to is my car going to get repossessed? Right. Fear is why do we wait till fear becomes the motivator?
That's a great question, and I think it's because pain is what we avoid at all cost.
But I know, but here's the thing: why can't we just start painting a new picture? Why can you not see? And I think you went to that. Why can't we get people to see, hey, look, that's exactly what I talk to business owners all the time. Don't wait for fear to be your motivator. It's one of the largest fear motivators in the world. Love your business, love your path, to be knowing where your money's at, love to be able to set an expense budget for yourself. Love the fact that, hey, look, I'm not where I am right now, but I'm going to get there. Love that instead of being upset about, oh my God, I need to go out there and do something different. I need to go out there. No, I will tell you, I'm sitting here telling you right now, I have friends that make $200,000 a year and they spend $220,000. I have friends that make $500,000 a year and they spend $550,000. I have friends that make $1 million a year and they spend $1 million. I have friends that are multi-millionaires. And they don't have a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out. And people go, no way. Yes, because they're over-levered. So you have to make the decision right off the rip. What is it that you truly want? Because here's the thing. The more money you make, just the more money you're going to spend. Or you make the decision right away. I'm going to go make that money that I'm going out there. Mm-hmm. And I'm clear upon that I'm going to put 25% of that money away, 30% of that money away. I'm going to put whatever it might be.
Well, isn't it interesting? The government withholds taxes because they know people aren't responsible enough.
Yeah. But here's the thing. And they withhold Social Security, and they're not even responsible with that. Exactly. So I don't trust anybody except myself anymore.
That's it.
And you know what? At the end of the day, everybody keeps saying, I'm putting money away. I say, where? They're like, in my Social Security. I'm like, shit, that's not putting money away. That's a 50-50 shot. That's like going and saying, I'll take red 21. Is that really going to pan out? I don't know. I will say this, though. When it comes down to this, you're right. The change that people need to make in their mentality and their life and the things that are going to happen, it's got to be something that I believe accountability is number one. And I believe clarity. First, I believe clarity is number one. I believe accountability is number two. And the reason I believe in those so much is because that's exactly how I took a company from $1 million to $250 million. There was nothing other than that. My accountability was the bank. My accountability was that I had thousands of consultants that needed to make sure their products. My accountability, as I had a staff of the payroll that needed to make sure. My accountability, I didn't have a family when I first started into this, but you know what? I had the accountability to make sure that I had money to pay my bills. That was accountability. Yeah. And when you have accountability to go to work every day, you're not going to sit back and go, maybe I'll do that or maybe I don't. Now the gym was another thing for me, but you know what else was too, which I really neglected too, was also I'm going to start doing more of an educational thing to me. I'm doing a Wharton business class because you know what I feel like I owe it. I'm accountable to the 30,000 people now to up my game every day. I'm accountable to my 180 employees. I'm accountable to grow because they need me to change. I need myself to change so I can be a better version of myself
But
for
if
them.
you peel that back, Chris, what is that that's driving that for you? And it's the fear of letting people
No,
down.
it's not. See, that's the wrong. It's not. I've had to change that over my time. See, that's what everybody wants, the fear of that. What I believe, it's the love for my employees. It's the love for my consultants. It's the love for my business. See, when you take fear out of it, and fear becomes this like, oh my God, I got to do it. Love becomes, I want to do it.
This is brilliant.
Love is, I want to do it.
I want to drop the mic right now
But you
because
should.
that makes sense. I mean, like, to me, that actually just juxtaposed the whole argument away from the takeaway of what if this happens to what will happen when I do these things.
Yeah.
God,
Love. See, here's the thing,
brilliant.
and I think that I didn't know it at that time when I was driving so hard, but I always wanted to be better. The next step, the next whatever. Let's put a better pay plan. It was never put a pay plan into perspective to, the fear of, are they going to make too much or we're going to have enough money? The fear, the thing was, I love my consultant so much, I want him to make more money. I want him to be able to get to that next level. It wasn't that when we looked at an incentive trip, we went, gosh, man, we got to make this as cheap as possible. No, it was like, let's make this the best possible trip. So because we love our people, we want to show them that we love them and we want to take care of them. See, that's the thing. I want people to get out of fear and get into love. That's how you get change. That's how you get the place. But the accountability, man, I'm going to be honest with you. The accountability is when you really truly care about somebody enough and you love them, that's the accountability to them. It's like the accountability that you'd make when you make a commitment to your wife, to your kids, to your family, to whatever. It's that, hey, yeah, there was days I feared Jessica's credit card bill, but I love her enough that honey, I'm just joking if you're listening. No, I sit back and it's all through love now. It's not through fear. And if you can change that, see, that's a change for people out there today. Change that mindset. No change in how you look at things, no growth in how you're going to get from things.
It's brilliant. And I don't even want to add on to that because that, to me, coming here to help contribute to this, and then I'm walking away going, I need to give more love. And you know what? Love myself first.
Yeah. Because if you don't love, that's one thing my mom has always said, you got to love yourself before you love others. So thanks so much for tuning in to HIT, High Intensity Tactics for Growth. This is Chris Ciccinelli. And remember, live life by design. All right, not by default. Have a great day.